Well, hello there. I was thinking about vlogging today, but then I thought some of the stuff I want to talk about probably requires more of a formal sit-down video. All right, so let's just sit down and do it. First of all, I just want to say thank you for the warm welcome back to YouTube. I think some of you weren't even interested in a Peloton update, but because I'd been gone for 7 months, you still watched it and said hi, and I really appreciate that. I don't know if that was the longest break I'd ever taken from my channel before. You know, I've been posting on YouTube since 2009, so when you've been doing something for that long, you don't always remember all the things. But YouTube being my first love, I always come back to ya. I think one of the cool things about existing online for so long is literally being able to see how my life has changed and evolved. The growth, growing together. I know lately I've been playing more over on TikTok, which has been really fun. I mean, 7-second, 15-second videos, so digestible. I think I'm able to show more of my humor and sarcasm over there. And ever since opening up about my childhood and trauma, I create a lot of content over there relevant to that. Some of it serious, some of it encouraging, and some of it making jokes because I have to be able to laugh at the crazy. And one of the cool things that's happened over there is people rediscovering me now who used to watch me when they were growing up. They're like, I remember you when I was in high school, or your videos helped me get through college. Like, so cool. We've been together so long. All that to say, I have thoroughly enjoyed sharing my life with you all. I'm sure I've said this before. This has been such a great outlet for me, a place for me to express myself, share what's going on the inside, as well as lighter things, cute stuff I'm into, my makeup passion and tattoo addiction and love of food. I even shared about my divorce. I don't know how many of you have been around that long since the Miss Independent series. I haven't watched those videos in forever, maybe since I originally uploaded them. But I just think it's kind of cool to have captured and documented such a poignant, am I saying that right? Significant time in my life. So naturally, when I became pregnant and a mom, it was very natural to share all of that. My daughter is literally the coolest thing that's ever happened to me, so why wouldn't I show the world? But even though for the last 4 to 5 years, I've been primarily sharing mommy content, I never considered myself like a mommy influencer or real mommy vlogger. I was just doing it because that's what I was doing in my life, being a mom. But then about maybe a year ago, I don't actually remember exactly when, I read something that talked about how this younger generation is going to have this whole online presence that they never consented to. And by the time they're old enough to consent to it, they will have already had a long internet existence. Which for me, and I'm going to date myself a little, the internet did not exist like this when I was a kid. My earliest memory of a computer, and when I say that it was like the big boxy thing, was playing Oregon Trail when it was like pixelated and it was a black screen and one color. Yeah, I had a MySpace when I was a teenager, but I know I didn't know the depth of what that meant to be online. And my parents didn't either. I remember I'd stay up late or I'd go to friends' houses, use their computers, log into AOL, ASL, age, sex, location, talk to a bunch of creeps. Thank goodness I never met up with any of them. The only photos of me as a baby and child are physical prints, hard copies, still very personal and private and very different than how it is for children these days. So I had that floating around in the back of my mind. And then as my daughter's been approaching 5 and becoming more and more of her own person with more of her own personality, likes and dislikes, and as she's starting to embark in school life and more of a life outside of us, having friendships and experiences on her own, it started to feel like another natural shift to shift away from sharing her as much. And then I got a hate comment on a video of her, and that just like flipped the switch for me. So these things I've been feeling and kind of thinking about, that brought it to a head. I have been really lucky that the community I've built online is 99.999% of the time positive. Even the comments on my content between other people generally are friendly, thoughtful, and I know how rare and special that is. So when I do get the occasional hate or troll, it doesn't even faze me. And if that stuff did get to me, I would not have remained online this long. But when it was targeted towards my daughter, that was a whole nother ballgame. And for a moment, the rose-colored glasses that I normally view the world through were gone. And for that moment, it brought me back to reality. And it was a good reminder that as much as the internet has been a positive thing for me, just like with most things, there is still negativity and cons to the pros. And ultimately, my number one duty as a mom is to protect my daughter. And I suddenly felt that need strongly to protect her from the online world. And I don't want this to be misunderstood. I know majority of you who watch my videos care about my daughter. I know some of you have really enjoyed watching her grow up. I love that she has made you smile and maybe been a bright light or a little source of joy in your own life. I'm not discounting that at all, and I want to say a heartfelt thank you. It has really been awesome sharing her with you and sharing my mom journey with you. I'm not someone who subscribes to the idea that one bad apple should ruin the bunch, and I don't want it to feel that way. I hope you can understand why I'm doing this, the heart of it, and respect that this is the new next phase of my journey, and hopefully you'll still stick around for it. And I might still show her from time to time. It will definitely be significantly less than I used to. You know, my Instagram, for example, it was like 10 stories a day, primarily of her. That has totally stopped. But you know, uploading actual posts of milestones or cool things we've done, just kind of getting back to that. I haven't fully figured all that out though, or decided yet. And to be honest, some of it is a safety thing. I was actively sharing so much of what we were up to, what we like to do, where we go. There was plenty of free info and details about her out there. The other thing I want to say is this is not a narrative on other people who share their children online. A lot of my parent friends in my life all do it. I think a personal difference is most of the people they're sharing to are friends and family, whereas who I'm sharing to, majority of them are not. As far as other creators, mommy, daddy, family influencers, do you. I'm glad that content exists. I enjoy it just like the next person. I find it can be so entertaining, relevant, helpful, and I hope and I'm sure everyone's trying to do it in a thoughtful, safe way. Another thing I can say is this wasn't my original brand anyways. I didn't start my channel as a mommy vlogger. I originally came on here just to be silly and talk about makeup. So I'm gonna get back to some of that. And thank you for continuing to grow and evolve with me. I literally would not be who I am today without you. I hope I didn't miss anything. My camera died like 4 times trying to film all of this. Let me know any of your thoughts or opinions on any of this in the comments. We can continue the conversation there. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I will hopefully talk to you again soon.
Peace!